Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Morning to all my new followers. Good morning, Faisal. Morning, Jamie. How are you both? How is everybody? I've decided the plan of action for today is I'm going to do this, finish off this fin. Then I'm going to do this tiny little fin down here, and then I'm going to work my way across in this direction. So hopefully get the fins done today. Those two anyway. I'll take some of this pencil away first. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, thank you. Sorry, I'm just thinking about what pencil I want first. This one. Yeah, I took Rosie out for a walk this morning, and when I first looked out the window, oh, hang on, where's my brush? When I first looked out the window, it looked really sort of cold and overcast, and so I put like a hoodie on and started walking Rosie, and then the heavens decided to open, so I sort of put the hoodie up over my head because I was at the furthest point from the house and I knew everyone else was still fast asleep. And I was like, okay, resign myself to getting absolutely soaked. And then the sun came out and I literally had to take the hoodie off because it was just so hot, and I literally felt like I must look like I was walking around with steam coming off me as all the water evaporated. But so yeah, a bit damp when I got back. Yeah, James is doing okay. Thank you. I don't want to say too much about that. Obviously, I want to respect their privacy. But yeah, he'll be fine. Hannah will be fine. And breakups are hard, aren't they? And I think breakups are even harder when you have to do it in the public space, where people feel that they have the right to share their opinion on something that they don't know anything about. But yeah, all I shall say is thank you for showing him love, and yeah, I'm sure when he streams later on this evening, which I'm sure he will do, that everyone just shows him love and put a load of hearts in his chat. Congratulations, Faisal, on getting your tickets. When is the actual concert? I guess I should have put an Imagine Dragons playlist on today, shouldn't I? But didn't think about that. Gates open today at 4 p.m. UK time. Oh, fab. So excited for you. I know you were really looking forward to that and hoping you were getting the tickets. I'm so happy you got them. Do take a photo of the stage or whatever, or the crowd or whatever looks amazing, and stick it on Discord for us so we can all sort of get a sense of the atmosphere and the excitement. Right, so this needs to go here. Are you going to get some merch while you're there? No matter what they teach us, what we believe is true. I'm trying to keep this blue really, really light because I want to get that catch light on the fins that's on the top. Just need just to really sort of brighten that up. I did a bit more of my my brother's cats yesterday. Hang on, let me get that for you. I was sat in a Zoom for 2 hours, so I sat and did some work while I was in that and managed to do a bit more of his face. So I finished the ear that I was working on and then came across the nose, the eye, the cheek. So yeah, I'm really happy with that because I really feel like I can see Bosley in the face. It's definitely him. And because when you have like tabby cats, and because Bosley and Molly are both tabbies, he's silver, she's like a brown mackerel tabby, they have such individual markings, and it's like really important you get the markings correct. So I spent a lot of time making sure I got these sort of darker shadows here and up here where he's got them on his face. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, with the progress of that. I'm absolutely terrified of doing their bodies because it's longer fur, but I will get there. What colour was I? Oh, right, yeah, the blue. Sorry, lost track of what I was doing then. I like Zooms where you don't actually have to do any talking and just someone else waffles on and you can just sit and do something. No matter what the ending, my life began with you. Can't be what I'm not. I know this love's forever. Right, let me think. Where does this orange sort of goes up again there, doesn't it? But say about here is where it's kind of all the same. So it's kind of lost my mind. Your emotions have an echo in so much space. So apart from Faisal's concert, has anyone got anything they're doing this weekend? That's my only advice. Right, I need a stronger orange. Let's use this one. It's your mate's birthday, so going to his hopefully. Oh, fabulous. Maybe don't mix the drinks this time, Jamie. Also, can I just say, I'm living life right now. Got a new bird pole, so I can actually chill in the garden and see birds. I have a tea, and Nicola is streaming for 2 whole hours. Oh, the rock and roll lifestyle. Well, I'm glad that I'm part of helping you live life right now, allowing you to chill. That's my aim. So when you say you've got a new bird pole, do you mean something that sort of you can hang like bird feeders from it and things like that? Because we can't have anything like that in our garden really because of the cats. It just wouldn't be. I mean, we have got some very high bird feeders in like is it a bay leaf tree? Just looking outside. It's like a bay leaf tree. I'm probably wrong. Becca will correct me if I'm wrong. It's one of the big trees outside anyway. Oh, let me get rid of this pencil mark. That's no good. Uh, living the retirement lifestyle at 24. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a bird pole and relaxing and chilling. In my eyes, not enough people do relaxing and chilling, so you go for it. It sticks in the ground because your fence poles are cement. So, oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, our fence poles, in between the fencing panels are the concrete ones, so you can slide the fence panels in and out when you want to change them. So while you're chilling and relaxing, have you done Wordle and Connections? I did them both really easily, which I was really happy about. But Becca introduced me to a new word game yesterday, and it's really frustrating. It's called Contexto. Have you played that? Do you know what game I'm going on about? Oh, it's very frustrating. Love you so, love you, baby. Oh, 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 oh. Yes, I got it in way less than Becca, and she said it was just luck, no skill, which is rude. Something started burning in my heart. Stop, it's crazy. Oh, hang on, where does this... So it does come out like that, okay. And I love you, boy, I love you so. And I love you, baby, oh, 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 oh. Right, so there is a blue edge to this, okay. I'm up in the courts, please, the case in the witness box, telling the judge and jury, same things I said to the cops. So have you tried Contexto? You get infinite guesses, and it can be any word in the world. So, they've really sort of narrowed it down. And you literally guess. I'm going to say they're all probably nouns of some kind. And whatever you guess, it rates that word in context to what the actual word is. So like yesterday, the word was island. And I think the first word I put in was clock. And I was like 4,000 away. So then I thought, okay, I put in the number 2. And that put me at 410, I think. So then I put 1, and that took me to 177. So I knew I was getting close. I knew it was something to do with one, the context of one. And so I was thinking it was something to do with time or maths or numbers or something like that. And it wasn't. It just meant the word was island, and obviously an island is like one. Becca got really close with, I think she put coast, and that gave her, she got 2. She was like 2 away. And you literally just have to try and narrow it down. It's really weird. I thought, oh, I'm not going to get into this, but it became a real challenge to sort of get it done. I was determined. I've not tried Contexto today. That was yesterday's word. So no, it's not a spoiler. It was yesterday's word. Faith was strong, but you needed proof. Beauty in the moonlight, only through you. Right, I need a deeper blue, but which one? Let's go with the phthalo blue. Let's try this one. Just sort of trying to get the reflection of this water in this blue, sort of coming through the fin. Because the top of the fin is quite transparent as a structure on a white fin anyway. I'm just trying to get this hint of the cold water. Without losing like the light from above. Right, I think maybe a bit of green in here. Just little hints of it. Oh, and I need little bits of orange. Just in these ones. Okay, so I might come back to that top fin, but I want to go down here and get this one done. One more time. Like the Legend of Phoenix. Come too far to give up who we are. Oh, thank you, Faisal. This is one of my playlists, by the way. I don't know if I've said that already. In this dream, I'm dancing right beside you. We were dancing all night long. Right, there's a hint of blue in this. One more time, gonna celebrate. I'm going to be heading off after lunch. I'm going to be, for those of you who aren't from the UK, we have a big like craft supplies store here called Hobbycraft, which my friend calls Hobby Crap. But they're having a 25% off art supplies sale. So I'm gonna, once I've done my stream, I'm gonna have some lunch, and then I'm gonna go off and spend the last of my birthday money. Yes, I might have to do a Hobbycraft haul. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I love Hobbycraft, to be honest. I mean, sometimes I think they're a little bit overpriced, and sometimes I think they don't have a big enough range. Because they try and do a bit of everything for every single type of hobby, they can't do full ranges in lots of things. And so sometimes I get a little bit sort of, they don't have it, I've got to go online to buy what I want. But sometimes they have really good stuff. Right, now I just need a little bit of green in the bottom here. Right, okay, so I'm going to do this section here now. Yeah, 25% off. They don't normally do like that amount. You know, most people do like 10% off, things like that. But 25%. But I also have this voice in the back of my head that sort of says to me, they're still making a profit with 25% off. So it just goes to show you how much profit they make when there isn't 25% off. Do you know what I mean? I always get like this bitter old lady voice in my head. Ah. All right. Oh no, hang on. I'm doing a fish, aren't I? So not straight lines. I need to do circular. touch the sound, silence. If I go out to this line here, come down to here, okay, yeah. So it's quite a cream patch there. And this bit comes down here as well. Okay. You know, 43k, considering we only put in 2k points a stream, is really good. Exactly. Yeah. Quickly adds up. Right. So I've got the purple there, and I have this orange tinge next to it. I need motivation. My queen, can she stay strong? Yeah, yeah. She's always in my corner right there. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Do you think I'm pretty? Not really, 'cause oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. Yeah. Yeah. And the last couple of days we're doing less than 2k because we are broke now. Oh, have I broke you? Have I broke you guys? I'm so sorry. Rough budgeting. Yeah, you're just going to have to be economical with those points now. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. I need grey, but I need a cold grey. That one will do. Affection, baby, did I mention you love and affection? They're right there when I need her. I appreciate these are a lot paler colours here and it's harder for you guys to see, but hopefully you'll be able to see when I do the photo at the end. Stick it on the Discord. Oh, I did the Stream Elements link for the YouTube channel. So if someone would just stick that in the chat for me, please, and then it's It's there for anyone who watches the VOD later, if they want to just go over and follow me on YouTube. I will try and do some individual content for YouTube. Maybe just like some... Oh, thank you, Jamie. A cold grey. What did I do? Put it in the fridge. Right, okay, I'm going to have to explain. There are 5 grey pencils that are cold grey. As you can see, it says so there, look. Cold grey. 1 to 6. And there are 6 warm grey pencils in different shades. And the cold greys have a blue colour to them. So when you put them down, they reflect the blues. So because we're on a fish and we're in a cold water fish, I'm going for the cold greys to go against this white. And when I do the warmer animals, like, you know, warm-blooded mammals and things like that, when I do greys, I will use the warm greys because they have the warmer colours to them in the grey. There we go. It makes sense to me. I promise it will make sense to you eventually. But yes, YouTube. What was I saying? Oh yes, you distracted me now with your wonderful sense of humour and your jokes. I will be doing some original content for YouTube. I thought I'd do like just some little hints and tips, just short shorts really, or just little 5-minute things. Maybe do like an art supplies thing, and maybe a quick time lapse of something small. So on the on this little pad that I've got, the little 5x7, when I do drawings on those, I might just do like a quick little time lapse of me doing, like, say, a bit of line art, and then a time lapse of me actually doing the drawing, and just maybe sticking that on YouTube. And just obviously I'll be exporting all my VODs from Twitch over there, and I don't know, as the idea for different bits of content comes to me, I will maybe put it on YouTube, maybe not. It depends. I don't know. I don't want to spend my entire time, you know, doing video editing and thinking of content and Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Galileo, Galileo Figaro. Just a poor boy, nobody loves me. I'm just sort of trying to map in the shadows of scales here. I know you guys can't see it, but I can. When I let you go, when I let you go, let me go. Oh no, 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 no. Mamma mia, mamma mia. Right, you should do a trying to draw from memory. Oh God, Jamie, that just gave me chills. That's just like the scariest thing ever. Oh my God. Drawing characters from a book as described in the book compared to the film. Well, that's an interesting one. But I think, knowing me, I wouldn't want to draw human characters, so I think it would have to be from fantasy. Um, it would have to be like fantasy creatures, you know, Lord of the Rings stuff, or um, yeah, just fantasy creatures. And because I'm not very good at drawing people. Though I think, now I've thought about that a little bit more, I think if I had to draw like a battle elf or something like that, that might be fun, because you're not just drawing a human, you're drawing like armor, and you know, their ears would be quite a feature. But yeah, fantasy would be cool to draw. I've always said one day I will draw like a dragon. Right, so I need a very pale pink here. Very pale pink on some of these. I've been on my own for long enough, baby. Baby. Tolkien stream when? Well, that would be the question, wouldn't it? I don't know. I think I've said to you before, I do actually have a Tolkien book downstairs. I'll have to bring it up one day and show you. And it's called a bestiary, which is basically an encyclopedia of all the creatures, fantasy creatures and monsters that were in Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. And some of them are black and white pictures, some of them are in colour, and I think it would be cool to maybe reproduce one of those, but I'm then running the risk of breaching copyright. So I think I wouldn't get away with doing that sort of on stream. I could do it privately. I mean, I don't know. There's that fair use thing, isn't there? So I don't know whether that falls into fair use. Would I be allowed to do it on the stream, even though it's a copyrighted image, if I'm not planning to sell it? I don't know. I'd have to look into that a bit more. Morning, Hayley. How are you? Never say it on the phone. Let you go. I said, I'm running in the night. I'm like this, you wanna trust. Da, 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 da. I mean, all these animals that I'm drawing here are the pictures are from a royalty-free site. So I use Pixabay, I use Unsplash. There's another one, I can't think of its name at the moment, but I could always use it as a giveaway. I think it's fine as long as you don't sell it, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, exactly. You see, I'm not too sure what the rules are, because I've seen other artists on here who do like graphite pencil drawings of, you know, celebrities. Like there's one guy who drew the Joker, you know, Heath Ledger as the Joker, and it's quite a famous image, but he drew it, and I'm like, okay, so that's clearly not a royalty-free image. So what were the rules around him doing that? Because I think he sells his art. So I'd love to be nosy and ask these people. I feel it's a bit rude just to sort of come out of nowhere and just ask people for information like that. You're doing good. It's a Friday. How are you doing? Yeah, Friday, fun day. I like Fridays. Loads of people draw comic book characters and sell it. Yeah, I know. So it's like, I don't know. I think I'm really cautious because I got into trouble once with using an image. Years and years ago, I had a blog, and part of my writing blog, and I put up a picture of a male celebrity that was inspiration for the heroes in one of my books, and I sort of just picked it up off of Google image search, and I thought, oh yeah, that's a good picture of him, so I'll use that so people can see who the inspiration was for my hero. Put it on my blog, thought nothing about it. And then about 8 months later, I got an email from Getty Images, who owned that picture, telling me that I had breached their licensing by using that image on my blog for free when I wasn't entitled to use it, and I owed them money. And I think I ended up having to pay them like £800, which, was quite a sizable amount of money to suddenly find. And so I'm really cautious now about not getting in trouble again. I've been burnt once, if that makes any sense, and I don't want to get in trouble. Because I'm a good girl and I don't do things where I get into trouble. I've never broken a law in my life. I don't do that. I try and respect the law and people's ownership of things. So yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I have heard that Getty Images are very protective of their copyright, but I didn't know that at the time. So right, okay, so I just need a bit more grey. Something a little bit warmer. No, let's have cold grey too. I just need a bit of shadowy here. Oh, it's perfect colour. Yeah. Hello, Steiny. How are you? Justice for the Nicolette one. Yeah, it was crazy, and my husband did what he could to say that I'd used it under the fair use category, but they did not agree with me, and yeah, 800 quid was steep. I'm very well, Steiny, thank you. Yeah, I'm drying off because I took my dog for a walk this morning and I got rained on. you are God's golden shores. Babadoo, badoo, babadoo. I'm just sort of trying to get this grey shadowing it in around some of these scales, just because it's only a little hint of shadowing, but it will really pop on the actual drawing in real life. Sleep, breach, go back and tie up tight. Eat, sleep, dairy, fruity, total, happy, clappy, high on life. You should try it. You should know. Go on, I know one's looking. I want you now. Right, so I'm going to do this section now, but I've got that lateral line of the fish going across here, so there's like a weird grey step that seems to come across here. So I'm just sort of, and the yellow comes back down here. Okay, let me just go in with the white first of all. Candy camera. Keep me quiet. I appreciate watching me draw white on white isn't very interesting, but I have to put it down to get the underlayer. So have you been working on your screenplay, Jamie? How's that going? I mean, are you at the idea stage, or are you sort of like in the middle of it, halfway through, and you sort of like stuck, or wondering why you started it in the first place? Because I always hit that wall. I thought, why did I start this story? Right, cold grey again. Where's that gone? Oh, hang on, is it this one at the side of my paper? No, that's cold grey 2. Cold grey 1. Right, so this line comes here. It needs to be darker. Whoops. Don't ask for help. I'm not a king. Right, so it comes up here and it just goes into that yellow section about there. If I do that, and then I'll make my way back to the middle. Perfect, perfect. I forget how to. The demons are strong. I'll put you through hell. You know me too well. 'Cause you always know how to love me when I don't. Love me when I don't. Right, now these have got quite big scales here in the centre, so Love me like you do. Not forget you. Right, there is a yellow. Put that marker in. There is a yellow thin slightly there. You have a beginning and an end and loads of jokes and scenes for the middle, but have no idea how to structure them. Okay, so this may or may not help, but you've got the content for the middle, but you don't know how to structure. I always say that, you know, when you see a movie trailer and they show you the rising consequence in a movie trailer as the action gets bigger and bigger and the threat of danger gets bigger and bigger, and you get that sense of being the character is going through something. Imagine you're creating the movie trailer for your screenplay. What are going to be those rising scenes that you are going to show to, even if you just imagine this in your head, what are going to be those rising scenes that you think are most important, that are going to show the danger, that is going to be the pivot points for either plot twists or a joke setup? Or that's how I always try, and because the middle is horrible. I always find the middle the hardest part of a story to do. And I heard a bit of advice once that you just imagine your movie trailer for your story and think, okay, what has got to be in there? What has got to be in this story? Does that help? Or am I just waffling and you're like, yeah, all right, Nicolette, shut up. That's okay, Faisal. Family's important. And if I send one back here to you, never want to hold the hand of another guy. All right, hang on a minute. This has got, I'm just going to put in some soft grey because there's actually blues down here. Come back in. When the letter says soldiers coming home. Oh, it does help. Right, okay. Said that it's getting kind of rough over here. I think it was just, I was listening, there's a podcast called Writing Excuses. And I heard it on that once. And there are people on there that they write fantasy and they write comic books, graphic novels. It's Brandon Sanderson. It's his podcast. And they really go into the sort of nitty-gritty of writing and everything. And I heard the whole imagine a film trailer kind of thing off them, and I've used it ever since, and it has actually worked for me, because the middle is where you sort of, you know, whether it's for a comedy or not, you kind of want to torture your characters a little bit to either set up that sense of danger or to set up the joke that you've got running through, say, a comedy sketch. You want to torture them a bit, don't you? And really sort of ramp it up. Nobody really cried, but a single guy in a thin black tie. Yeah, that goes blue down there, but it's also yellow, so that's going to make it go green. Eek. Okay, that's better, that's better. Soldiers come in. Right, I need a little bit of that pink. There is like an iridescent sort of mother of pearl sort of gleam to the edge of these white scales. So I'm putting it in very, very lightly. You probably can't see it on the camera. You just have to clip it. You know what I mean? You have to clip these great quotes of wisdom. And it wasn't about pencil sharpness this time, you know. I have other wisdom moments. Mayday, it's an emergency. You can hear me calling. No, it's not about pencils. You don't need it. No, this was a writing quote there. Oh God, I'm not just a one-trick pencil sharpener pony. I've got a massive trivia stuck in my head and nowhere to take it, nowhere to show it off, you know, except for here. Which bit's next? Let me take out this pencil mark. No, actually, let me go on with the ivory first. Gonna let me leave. Oh, the way to make it safe. Abandon ship with me. Mayday, mayday. Gotta let me leave up. Goes away if you can't hear me call. I think years and years and years of watching and listening to writing podcasts, writers on YouTube, author interviews, going to book festivals, and years of watching nature documentaries, and a whole childhood of accumulating weird and wonderful facts because I used to like all that sort of stuff. It's all caught up inside my head. Yes, nerd, geek, proud of it, loud and proud. I am a nerd and a geek. Yeah. And occasionally it comes out. But I'm telling you, all this trivia, it's won me a few pub quizzes in my time because the knowledge is there. I've got to dust off the cobwebs and retrieve it. So clearly. Oh, 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 well. I never used to get upset if people called me a nerd at school either, to be honest. I was like, yeah, so what? You've come second in every pub quiz you've done. Wow. Did you get runner-up prizes? You should get a prize for second, surely. I need quite a goldy yellow. What's going to be the best one? Naples yellow. Let's try this bad boy. Oh, that's quite nice. Yes. No prizes. Huh. I won a tiebreaker once in a pub quiz. When they took in all the papers to mark them, and there was our team and another team that had tied for first place with the points, and so they decided to do a tiebreaker question. And I got it right, answered first, and won. And the question was, I want to see if you can answer it without Googling. Who wrote Black Beauty? And they had no idea that Black Beauty was my favourite book when I was a child. So I knew it was, I'm not going to say it, I'm going to say if you guys know what it is. An author, correct, Jamie, but can you specify which author? Someone who writes books, excellent, yeah, okay. All right, it was Anna Sewell. No, female author. But that's my pub quiz claim to fame. It's not really a claim to fame, is it? It's a really pathetic claim to fame. But I was quite proud of myself. I won a very traditional hamper of meat, which I gave to the rest of the team because I didn't really want a hamper of meat. I was very young. Oh, a pseudonym. Could have been. I mean, don't know for sure. Are you going to have a pseudonym, Jamie, for your writing? Or are you doing it under your own name? Change your last name but keep Jamie, yeah. Obviously I use a pseudonym for mine, which I can't tell you. I'm not famous, by the way. I'm not famous. I just sort of muddle along in the background. No, I use my middle name. and something very close to my surname, my actual surname. That's all I can say on the matter. But my books are in libraries and shops, and I am traditionally published. I'm not self-published. I didn't do it myself. I did get an actual contract with a real life publisher, and they publish me. That's what a famous person who didn't want us to know they are famous would say. No, I said that because do you know what? I meet so many people who, when they say, "Oh, and what do you do for a living?" and I say, "Oh, I'm a writer," and they go, "Oh, you must be rich then," because they think everybody, sort of gets the same wages as J.K. Rowling or something, or Stephen King, and it's like, no, no, definitely not. If you're not a famous name, if you're not a celebrity, you do not get the big bucks. And literally just recently, because of the the way the internet is, and because people self-publish a lot of their own work now, the world is literally saturated in people who write books and people who write, and self-publishing has really exploded. Indie publishers have really exploded, and publishers just don't want to pay their authors the big bucks now. Like back in the 80s, when I was like reading Stephen King and James Herbert and all of that, they would get hundreds of thousands of pounds, or dollars I should say, as an advance for their books. And you don't get those sort of advances nowadays, not unless your book goes to an auction, or you're famous, quite frankly. Is it true that I actually wrote Harry Potter? Yes, I am Jo Rowling. Yeah. I mean, I wish. I do actually, funnily enough, I do have a bit of a J.K. Rowling story, because you know how she wrote under a pseudonym, Robert Galbraith, and she came out with like this private eye called Cormoran Strike. Well, a couple of years before that book came out, I started writing a private eye story. I don't know, I was just in like a crime phase. I don't know, I was just getting crime ideas at the time. And I came up with this private eye who I called Cormoran Pike. And the story started off with this famous actress falling to her death from not a high rise, but like a penthouse suite. And that's what her story is about. Her story starts off with a famous actress who falls from a penthouse suite to her death, and her private eye is called Cormoran Strike. And I'm just like, huh? I mean, I've got the dates. I feel quite strongly about this. I've got the dates on my computer file, because I've obviously still got that story of when that was created. And it was created well before she published her Robert Galbraith books. And I'm like, oh my God, I was robbed. Would I ever sell a story to Hollywood if I had no control over the final project? Oh, I mean, that's a toughie, isn't it? Do you know what? I feel like I would like to have some say. I would like to at least be invited to their writer's room and be there for the read-throughs. And I think I would quite like to also have a bit of say over which actors they picked. Because you know when you write something, I'm sure you get this, Jamie, when you're writing something, you've got this image in your head of what this person is like and how you imagine them to be. And I just think I'd be like, that person isn't quite right for it, or I don't think I'd be, I know I'm not a diva. I wouldn't want to be demanding or anything like that. I'd probably be very shy and put my hand up and say, "Excuse me, do you mind? Do you mind if I just make a little suggestion? Is that okay?" I'd be really sort of timid, and if they said no, no, you can't say, I'd be okay. That's fine. No, don't worry. No, it's fine. Because I just don't like confrontation or anything like that. I'd just be like, no, it's fine. There's an author called Elizabeth Gilbert, and she's written this book called Big Magic. And she talks about the creative process, and she has this belief that ideas are sort of floating around in the ether and they sort of land on a particular author, and you're given this chance. Here's this idea, because all writers say they have no idea where their ideas come from. And she says these ideas will float around in the ether and they will settle on a particular author, and if they choose to work with it and make it a success, then fine. But if they're not quick enough or not good enough, that story will float away and land on someone else. And this is what I think happened with my Cormoran Pike. I wasn't quick enough. I didn't finish it. I started it, but I didn't finish it. And obviously J.K. Rowling did. So there we go. Oh, this needs to be sharpened. Hang on. What about you, Jamie? If you sold your script to Hollywood and you had no control over the final project, would you let it go? When your baby leaves you all alone and nobody calls you on the phone, don't you feel like I'm crying? Don't you feel like crying? Oh, here I am, honey. Come on, cry to me. You're all alone in your mirror room, and there's nothing but the smell of her perfume. Don't you feel like I'm crying? Don't you feel like crying? Feel like I'm crying? Come on, cry to me. Loneliness, loneliness. Come on, baby. In the night, I love this song. I heard it everywhere on TikTok recently. Nope. You had a chance to get further into commissioning a script for BBC, but they wanted me to change too much, so I just left it. I do regret it though, but I was young and stuck in my ways. Oh, Jamie. Oh. I think that's the thing. Once the editors get involved, they do want to change an awful lot. I think if that was to happen again now, though, you'd probably react differently. I mean, when I send in my manuscripts into my editor, they always come back with revisions, always, no matter what. And sometimes it's a lot, and sometimes it's barely anything. Like this last book that I completed, it was barely anything, and so I was quite happy about that because I hate doing revisions. But at the end, you know, they're always sort of trying to make it into something better, and I don't always make every single change that they suggest, because at the end of the day, it's your work and your voice and your vision, and you know, you get to decide whether you want to do those changes or not. So yeah, exactly. I think, you know, if you get that chance again, I think you'll be more open to working with them. So do you go on the BBC Writers' Room website? Because every now and again they have like open calls, don't they, and invite people to submit stuff. Right, what colour do I need now? I think the grey. An upset. No doubt. Trying to get this mother of pearl shine, or this hint at it is, it's kind of fun and terrifying at the same time. Right, now there is a little hint of blue on that one there. Is it that one? No, it's this one. I have a UK comedy account And they post lists full of opportunities like commissions from loads of companies or bursaries. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've had a look at the BBC Writers' Room on occasion. I mean, if you ever get a script together and you want someone to run an eye over it, because I actually am a qualified proofreader as well. I'll happily look over it for you, Jamie, if you want, before you send anything in. Right, so I need to do this bit under here now. So let me just get rid of this. Yeah, no worries. Happy to help out. No, I need a cold grey for this. Because before I was a writer, I used to was very keen to get into the world of publishing, and so I did training and got all the accredited things with the various societies for proofreading, copy editing. I'm a qualified indexer. I've indexed loads of books before I got my publishing contract and stay as a writer, but those skills are still there. Jack of all trades. And master of every single one before anyone says anything. Give up in paradise up above. The only one that you love. Life would be a dream. Right, so that is where the yellow of the fish comes around. So I need the grey and the blue here. Right, okay. Be a dream. No, that's cold grey 4. I need cold grey 2. Life would be a dream, ship if I could take you up to paradise up above. The only one that you love, life would be a dream. I could take you up to paradise up above. We're getting here on this fish. Nearly done the majority of its body, because we've only really got this bit here of its body left, and then the rest is tail and fins. Goodbye to me tonight. There would be music left to write. Else could I do? I'm so inspired by you. For the longest time, so I thought my innocence was gone. I know that happiness goes on. Right. I think I need this light blue that I've been using on the Kingfisher, actually. For the longest time. Your hearing in the hall, and the greatest miracle of all. And you needed me to. This won't last very long, but you feel so right. I could be wrong. I've been hoping too hard, but I've come this far. It's more than I hoped for. We'll go on. I'll be sorry that you're gone. It is the overtones. Yeah, I love the overtones. I loved them up until, unfortunately, Timmy died. I think he died of leukemia or something. Not a fan of their new lead singer. It's just not the same when you hear them sing the original songs. But their old albums, Good Old Fashioned Love and all those, I've got all of those. Love them. Adore them. Been a fool for lesser things. Want you so bad. I think you ought to know that I intend to hold you for the longest time. For the longest time. Saw them live. Oh my God. Oh, did you? But the original lineup. Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, I'm so jealous. Right. Purple pencil. Purple pencil time, guys. Not going to go crazy, but there's a little bit here. And the land is dark, and the moon, the only light we'll see. Won't be afraid, just as long as you stand. Oh, they were so good. Oh, do you know, I'd imagine they were. I discovered the overtones when one year I was at my mum and dad's house, had gone to visit them, and they'd got Dancing on Ice on, and they had this live music act, and it was the overtones, and they were singing Gambling Man, and they had the skaters sort of skating around them while they stood on this podium in the centre of the ice rink. And I was like, oh my God, I love that song. That's amazing. What else have they sung? And found the rest of their backlist, and yeah, love the overtones. It was so sad when Timmy died. Right, it's quite a bit of blue now. stand by me, by me. Those there. You run to me like good dreams your eyes can't see. I'll leave that out for blending, I think. She touched my face. Believe she'll catch the rainbow. Still, so bless me. Right, let me just blend this in because I don't want it to be so stark on the paper. Right, quite a big scale there. Excuse me. Doing scales is fun. I have thought, when I was been looking for a few more Pixabay pictures to possibly put in to the vote, and I've seen a couple of really cool chameleons and iguanas because they're quite scaly, right? And I just think they might be a fun draw, and they're kind of dragon-like. Rolo drawing. Well, I don't know. I mean, Rolo's not complete anymore, is he? Now he's got a frog butt and he's dropped his tail. I mean, could do a close-up of his face, maybe. He looks more smooth than scaly. I really want to draw something that's got a lot of scales on it. Let me just look to see where this comes down. of Rollo. For those who don't know, Rollo is my daughter's crested gecko. Is it a crested gecko? Becca, if you're there. Is he a crested gecko? I mean, we don't get to see much of him, obviously, because he's in Becca's room all the time. He's not a bearded dragon. He's most definitely not a bearded dragon. Right, what other colour do I need? Actually, I think I need like a raw umber. This is kind of like a greeny gold. Yeah, that's just right, actually. Same time every night, fall to the ground and I wake up. But I'm shooting in my head, thoughts like that break up. Since you've been gone, since you've been gone, I tell you what though, Jamie, I did nearly put on an Overtones playlist, but it wouldn't have lasted long enough for the whole stream, and I thought I would have had to have stopped halfway to go in and chosen another one from Spotify. But I think I might do it for an hour-long stream. There might be enough for an hour-long stream to do an Overtones playlist only. I might do that. That could be fun. My head can't take it. Yeah, I could do it Monday. Have a good old sing-along. Baby, you know you had to go. I'll have to write it down though, because I might forget. Let me write it down. There you go. Reminder. I will stick that on my screen. And I'll remember. Right. Yay. Okay. So how do we think Mr. Chips is looking, guys? I'm kind of like, he's doing all right, I think, at the moment. I think there are bits that I want to touch up. Ooh, Mrs. Just to sort of perfect them a little bit. But at the minute, he's doing all right. I'm quite pleased. For my first ever fish. I've never drawn a fish before, I don't think. You love her. Oh, thanks. I know I get a lot of doubt sometimes about my art, and I'm trying to be more positive about it. But hint of orange. Bum, 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 ba-dum. One, two, three, four, five. Everybody in the class, come on, let's write. It's the best drawing of a fish named Chips I've ever seen. Thank you. Same. The trumpets. Little bit of Tina's all I see. Little bit of Sandra in the sun. A little bit of Jessica, here I am. Need a bit of grey. Having to be careful with this grey on this because I'm putting it on the yellow and this grey has got blue in it, as I mentioned before. I don't want it to go green. I just need it to look a little bit more scuffy here on the end. Right, okay, so this section here, except that bit is white. Oh, hang on, that's orange, that goes over that bit. Does it go straight up? Yeah, just a little bit over, okay. I really need that to come out. Right, there is a hint of orange here. Just goes down there. I do feel very happy with the amount of progress we've got done today. I didn't think we'd get this much done. Right, there is that pinky tone. And I've got that lateral, where's that lateral line? It comes up. Oh, it goes over that bit. Okay. Right, what other colour am I looking at? I forget you. Was it love? I might forget her too. With her, I'd still be with her. And that's my chest as me wish you the best. I might forget. Ooh. Don't drive Ferrari. Falls in love with you. Forgive you. Just feel this needs. So I'm just occasionally I look up at the screen and just sort of see what the fish looks like to you guys, and I can just see that this needs just a little bit extra of this ochre. Grey. And I might forget you. Cold grey 2, where's that gone? There we go. Right, okay. Right, I think that's where we'll leave it then today. I think we've got quite a lot done. So we got all of that, the little fin, and then all of this section. So that's not too bad. I will refine this, and I'm going to refine this, but I think I'll do that in the finishing stages once I've got all this fin in as well, just so I can balance out the tones and the colours that it all matches, because I don't want to go in too detailed if I can't get this to match. So yes, so there we go. So thank you very much for joining me. Pleasure as always to have you along. Faisal, enjoy your concert. I'll be thinking of you this evening when you go along. Have a wonderful, wonderful time. Jamie, have a good time at your friend's birthday party. And I will see you all next week. Oh, just as a reminder, I know you guys will do it anyway, but when James does stream, chuck a load of love in his chat for him, please. I think he'll really appreciate that. Okay, thanks guys. Love you. Bye.